Hello and welcome back to episode 514 of the Journey Through Games, playing almost every Super Nintendo game released in Europe and the US, but mostly missing out the sports games. And today we are playing a bona fide classic, Super Metroid. So I've played this. I didn't play it back in the day. I believe I've completed it, I think. Yes, I think I have, or at least I've got quite far into it. But that in mind, that's some pretty cool stuff. With that in mind, I'm not a huge.
The last Metroid.
Oh, it's got German.
Captivity.
Is in
The
captivity.
galaxy is at peace.
Mm. Right, I think we all know this. There that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader Mother Brain. Yeah, so that was Metroid 1, I think. Not a fan of these German subtitles. Let's have a quick look and see. No. Why is that not working? Let's quick see. Oh no. There we go. Decent Metroid. Can I not skip this? I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Ceres so scientists could study its energy producing qualities. Yeah. Oh god, it's done it again. Hopefully we'll get into the game. Not a fan of these. Luckily, in the actual game, I don't think there's much text. There's Samus. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. I'd hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Ceres station was under attack. Oh no, who'd have thought it? So yeah, I was saying I have Forschungsstation. I've completed. I've played this a fair bit. I can't remember if I've actually completed it. I definitely remember Kraid. And yes, what I was saying was, I'm not a huge fan of Metroid games. I think they're good, but Metroid Prime, everyone seems to think it's the best thing since sliced bread. I played it on the GameCube when it was not when it was first released, but when it was released, and I wasn't that keen on it back then. And then I played it recently, like a couple of years ago, and it reminded me of that I didn't why I didn't like it in the first place. There was what is it? It's called Thardus, I think. It's like the big ice boss. It's like a 30-minute boss battle, and it's just so. Yeah, that was just it. Just that was like the cherry on top. I was like, ugh, I wasn't that keen on it. Ooh. Is it like 14 health I have to get to, or whatever? No, 27. Self-destruct sequence activated. So yeah, I'm not a huge Metroid fan. They're okay, they're good games, but I don't think I would put any of them in my best games of all time. Personally, I played Metroid Zero Mission on the Game Boy Advance. I completed that, and again, it was kind of like, I thought it was okay, but I wasn't one of these people who thought it was it was amazing. Oh no. What else did I play? I started to play Metroid Dread on the Switch as well, and again, that was just a bit. It was like I couldn't help getting past the feeling that I'd played it before. Like, it was the same stuff. Like the sort of design principles behind it, like, I'll go right the way back to this game. Like, and yeah, I just really couldn't get into it. I played it for maybe a couple of hours, and I was like, no, this hasn't hooked me. I'm not interested enough to keep playing it. So yeah, but maybe it's more my tastes. I'm not saying that Super Metroid isn't great or anything like that. More power to the people who like it, but for me, yeah, it's not really to my tastes. So we'll play this for a little bit, and then it's one of those games that I the beginning bit I do remember, but I don't know if I remember it well enough to be able to get to just see how far I can get. I wonder if my feelings on Super Metroid would be different if I'd played it when it was first released on the Super Nintendo. I've played Symphony of the Night, and I enjoyed Symphony of the Night. I wouldn't say I played it after it was well known to be kind of like a classic. I played it in sort of the 2000, like, yeah, probably 2019, 2018, something like that. And I enjoyed it, but it seemed quite easy, or no, that was it. There was a point at which, once you leveled up various things, the difficulty sort of dropped off. Like, you could defeat bosses first time and stuff, which I don't think's a bad thing. Difficulty is always really hard to get just right. But yeah, it was okay. And then I played. I'm talking about the Castlevania games because of the sort of Metroidvania design kind of style. And then I played Dawn of Sorrow on the DS. That was decent. That's probably the one I enjoyed the most of the sort of Metroidvania style games. Although, having said that, I think Dark Souls has elements of Metroidvania in it. Not necessarily like driven by items, but driven more perhaps by unlocking shortcuts and things like that. Can't remember. Can I go over here? Do something. Is it a save point? Yeah, so Dawn of Sorrow was a game I enjoyed. And then these games, they're fine, but they just don't really like engage me to the point where I want to spend hours sort of exploring it. How do I? 5 rockets to open this. Select and press the X button. Okay. And then I think this was probably one of the first games to have like a map, like on the Super, like actually within the game. I guess A Link to the Past has got a map, but I don't quite know. I think it came out perhaps after this. I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. What was the first game on the Super Nintendo to have a map? I don't know. You see, this sort of stuff is just not that engaging. It's like, it's different because I know roughly where to go, but it's still just, it feels a bit like busy work. Oh gosh. Space pirates. Yeah, I just think that Metroidvania games are just not for me. Simple as that. They're just not to my taste. Doesn't mean they're bad. You see, this is not a platformer, but the jumping in this is better than it was in Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Oh gosh. I can imagine that trying to do this in that game would have been frustrating as anything. Alright, keep your hair on. Keep your dick in your pants, alright? Wind your neck in. This guy. Let's go to the next stage. Right, okay. Oh. I've forgotten. can't remember if it always took 5 rockets to open them. I also remember, I think in this game, that the boss battles are annoying. Like, you can progress okay up to the boss battles, but then when you get to the bosses, they turn out to just be really frustrating. So, Samus's ship, Brinstar, wrecked ship, Meridia. Let's go and see if we can access that save room. Yeah, and I seem to think as well, when I played it, I sort of felt that the amount of health that the enemies drop is sort of as a trade-off, because the combat isn't that great. Like, they almost expect you to get hit quite a lot. Oh god. And yeah, I definitely got to the point where I could that was annoying. Where I could freeze those monsters there, that the little crab, not crab things, but you know what I mean. What's down here? Let's have a look. Let's find out, shall we? I also, last time when I played it last, I got the super run. So you could just, like, once you reach a certain speed, you become, like, damaging. What's this? Is this the bomb? Nice. In terms of, like, oh no, it comes to life, doesn't it? Oh, crikey. Oh, I died. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I remember from the boss battles. It's that it's yeah, it's really hard not to get hit. Maybe I just don't understand the game. But yeah, that'll do it for Super Metroid. It's a known quantity nowadays. If you haven't played it, I think it's worth giving it a go because you might really like it. But it's not personally for me. And that'll do it for this episode. I'll see you guys next time.